What's going on, Leo? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the week of August 12th to the 18th, 2024. So, in this reading, Leo, we are going to take a look at your overall general energy for the week. We're going to take a look at some things you do not see coming. We're also going to get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding the 12th to the 18th of August. So, before we begin this reading, Leo, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me as we go through this reading, and I really do appreciate you, Leo, in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, definitely smash that like button, subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Leo. So, without further ado, of course, the refrigerator would start buzzing as I'm starting this reading. Without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you, and we'll see what's coming your way, Leo, for the week of the 12th to the 18th, August 2024. Happy birthday to many of you out there as well. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Leo. Oof. Oh, yikes. One more card here, Leo. Yeah, very, 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 very interesting energy that we got coming out for you. I feel like this is going to be for you, Leo, a very, very pivotal and important week when it comes to the 12th to the 18th. For you, the sign of Leo in particular, whether it's your sun, moon, rising, Venus, whatever. This is if you're here. Before we get into the tarot, to break it down, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these oracle cards, Leo, contain the energy that you need less of. The energy of these oracle cards contain the energy that will actually block your success and happiness when it comes to the 12th to the 18th. This is the energy you need less of, okay? Now, the first one is actually friendliness. All right, friendliness here. And this is like the Two of Cups. And there's something coming through here, Leo, about being authentic with people. You know, if you don't like what someone is doing, even if it's like an acquaintance or even if it's someone that you meet for the first time for the 12th to the 18th, there's something about, you know, you don't have to be friendly. You don't have to put on a mask of kindness if it's not actually the truth of the situation. For example, I feel that there is a danger, or like someone might do something rude to you, you know, and instead of trying to be like the bigger person or something, you don't have to be friendly to everyone who doesn't deserve it. And this is really like, it's coming through, Leo, about being friendly to the people who you feel deserve your kindness. But then sometimes there's a quote coming through that many of you may be living by that may be true, but for this week it's not, of like, keep your friends close and keep your enemies closer. You know what I mean? Like, create like a friendly thing with someone that you really don't like, or someone that you know has bad intentions for you. It's like this week you want to let go of that. So don't have like a false chumminess. You know, don't have a false friendliness if it's not actually the truth. Because this energy is tipping me off to the fact, Leo, if you're watching this, that for the 12th to the 18th, there's going to be a lot of people smiling in your face that don't actually have good intentions for you. And as the lion that you are, I think it would be much more effective for you to let them know, like, I see you. And even if this is someone close to you, it might be very painful that, like someone is like treating you like good, but you know what they're doing like deep down. And I'm not talking mentally, this is like your gut. This is like a psychic. This is like an emotional connection that you know what's going on. Don't be friendly and suffer the consequences of realness. You may feel a burning, like when someone smiles at you at your job or something, and you're not friendly to them, and they could like then really flip out. For a lot of you, I'm sensing actually this week that when you pull back the false friendliness to someone that you actually don't like, it's not that I'm telling you to be mean or to cause harm. I'm telling you just to not be like a fake friend, and to spot the fake friends that you have, and to be real and let that burn. Okay? For this week. Now, the next energy that you need less of, and the energy that's going to hold you back, is actually the master. The master. And this is a really interesting frequency that it's here to remind you, Leo, that nobody knows what the hell they're doing in this reality. And yes, there are masters, but ultimately you are the first master. You are the master of your own reality. And there's something here for the 12th to the 18th. You may be tempted to get like wise counsel from someone, or you may be tempted to really be thinking that other people have it so figured out. Oh, this person is a master this person is a master that, and let's defer to their opinion. And some of you, this might trigger you a little bit, but it's like this weird ego thing about masters, because it maybe if you attach your ego to a master that has like a similar enemy to you, and that's not the case for most of you, but there's something here, Leo, about there's this polarity thing that I'm sensing that you do. Okay, on the one, and this is for this week, right? On the one hand, it's like you could be very friendly to people, and like you could be very like, oh, like we're equal, even though you like hate them and they hate you, but you're just like acting like you're equal. And then on the other hand, you like swing to this polarity where you're like, you meet someone and they're like, no, they're above me. Yes, master. And this can even be someone that like you're close to. It doesn't have to be, but this can be someone that you are idealizing. You're putting them on a pedestal. You're putting them on a pedestal, whereas it's time for you to honor your own mastery, even if the master doesn't acknowledge it. So give up friendliness when it doesn't have to be there. Give up thinking, and this is what I want all of you to be inspired and take something away from this. I want you to up your confidence. Some of you want to start a podcast, but you look at someone that has a podcast and you're like, well, I just wouldn't know what to say. I just don't have enough to say. They're all bull crapping you. They're all BSing. No one has this reality figured out. The whole world is a stage, and all of us are merely players. Some of us pose as masters. But every single one of you listening are a master. And don't let putting someone above you take away from you. Honor yourself. Because you can't be happy if you don't do that. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. The next energy you need less of, and that's going to hold you back, is the mind. The mind. So, overthinking here. Jumping to conclusions. There's something here about getting out of your mind here. And part of that is going to be stopping. Look, some of you don't want to hear this. Stop playing the mental friendly chess game with other people. Stop playing the master game with other people. Get out of your head and trust your gut, trust your instincts, do something physically here. But look, this is, for many of you, this is not necessarily going to be an easy week. So I would just, with this energy, I feel like don't overthink it. This too shall pass. And don't overthink it to the best of your ability. So there's a book that I would have you read called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. That's just like based on all of this, recommended reading for the week. Now, your opportunity is the King of Pentacles here. So there could be connecting with an earth sign in your opportunity. This could be a business partner, a friend, a new connection coming in for you, Leo. This could be a business that you want to do. This can be something to do with money that you want to do. I feel like for a lot of you, this is about starting your own thing. Starting a business project here, Leo, is going to be very key for you. It's your opportunity. You definitely have an opportunity to take a new idea and make money from it. But I sense so many of you are going to have to be working through relational issues, particularly if you're in a love relationship at this time. It might get a little bit crazy here. But use that as like fuel to say like, well, what do I want to do how do I want to serve people? There also could be, if you're a single Leo, there could be an earth sign man, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo coming in for you, I feel. But there's definitely a pre-existing relationship. For many of you Leos, let me break it down. For many of you, not going to resonate for all of you. For a lot of you, you're in a relationship that is very, very difficult, and it's kind of falling apart. Like if you can drop the friendliness, if you can drop the master frequency, the polarity that I discussed to you, and you were just being authentic, it's kind of like I sense a relationship falling apart here, because I sense that there's someone around you that is like really somehow refusing truth, And I don't really think this is you this week, Leo. I think that this is someone around you who is refusing to accept the truth of who they are, or refusing to accept your truth, that it's going to lead to a conflict here. And what you don't want to slip into is, you know what, I'm just going to be friendly to this person to avoid the conflict that I know exists deep down. It's not about being in your mind. It's about listening to your gut and your soul. There's a difference. It's not about, you know what, this is my boss at work treating me like crap. This is my partner treating me like crap. This is whoever treating me like crap. They're not open to the solution. I'm not going to look at them as a master anymore, because you don't know what you're doing. And there's going to be a lot of people around you that like are going to pose as if like they have everything figured out, like they have already done it, like it's all done, so just like be shut up forever. And like some of you, somehow your ego is like, I don't know, I'm going to drop it. Your challenge is the Five of Pentacles here. And I really feel like, Leo, you know what? Some of you, it's I don't even think it's you. Like, there's someone around you who is like literally going down a very, very, very dark road. Because they're refusing to make an adjustment. They're refusing to make a change. They're refusing to deal with their emotional issues. And I don't even think that it's you. For the Leo, I don't sense it's the Leo collective. I feel like it's someone around. I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be your partner. For a lot of you, it's going to be your boss, a friend, a master. It's someone, around you, Leo. You're going to use your intuition to know. But the Five of Pentacles is your challenge. And I feel like the challenge here is that not mentally, but on a gut level and on a soul level, you know that someone that you're in love with or someone that you're attached to is really not getting it. It's like the universe has given them every possible opportunity to awaken, and they're still going to not. There's nothing that you can do with that besides pray, remove yourself, try more to help them, or eventually you're going to have to admit that I'm on this boat that is sinking. And if I don't get off the boat, then I'm going to sink too. Because a lot of you are dealing with a psycho. And here's the thing. A psycho doesn't realize that they're a psycho. A crazy person doesn't realize that they're crazy. I know I'm crazy. Therefore, I'm not crazy. Isn't that crazy? Like, there's someone around you who is not admitting that they are crazy. And you can see right through it. And it's not healthy for you. There's something about, like, it's going to make you slip into that friendliness thing to keep it together with other people. It's going to make you slip into the master thing because it's scary to deal with. It's going to make you trapped in your mind. There's something really off here. And I don't even know what to do about this. I don't know what to do about this. I'm giving you a reading. That's what I contribute, you know? But let's continue. And part of you is like, I don't know. All right. Your overall general energy is the 8 of Pentacles, the Ace of Swords, and the 2 of Swords here. So this is a week where I feel like you're going to be you're going to be doing your best to work hard and to find truth. Now, some of you, there's actually a new business idea that's going to be great. For a lot of you, there's a new business idea here. But there's someone around you that is going to block this. And it could be like just the wrong selection of business partners in your life. Okay? For some of you though, it's going to be someone that you're in love with that is gonna like literally just like dominate your energy and block you from actually. It's like you start the week off excited and something happens to where a truth is blocked. You know what I mean? And for some of you here, Leo, it's about what do you need to let go of to make this, to live your truth. You know what I mean? As much as it hurts, like how are you gonna adjust to live in truth when you have someone around you who's just absolutely unwilling? Because here's the next thing that I'm getting, right? You're, on the one hand, trying to find the truth and work through it. Hey, baby, let's just try, please, to work through this, please. Please. Just let's try. And then you have someone out here who's just completely... And maybe like it's not like their fault, like they're just doing the best that they can. But for some of them around you, it's just absolute like it's just a dark road. Okay? And so what I want you to, and it goes back to this, like there's something about the frequency that you need less of is master. People are where they choose to be in life. And do you know what the painful thing about this reading is for many of you? You're not exempt from that. You're not. And it's like, if you're choosing to spend your time with someone or people, business people, whoever this is, you're going to know. You're choosing to be there because it's more... If you're still choosing to be there, what it means, Leo, is that it's still less painful to go through this dark road than it is to actually just rip the Band-Aid off. Because some of you are dealing with a psycho that you're actually like trapped. Like, I'm going to be honest, like some of you, you're a guy, you're a Leo, you're a handsome looking Leo. Let's just use one example for everyone and you can take what you want. One of you, you're a handsome Leo man and you literally don't want to break up with a woman because you sense that she's just going to make your life miserable if you leave. And it could be subtle, you know, it's not like an obvious statement, like they're not going to say they do that, but like your heart knows it. So someone has a real heart closed down thing. And let me show you why I'm saying that. In what you don't see coming and remember that this is a weekly reading and that change is the only constant. And I deal with what the energy is saying, but it doesn't mean that it's stuck like this and I'm like casting this as like what it is. It's a temporary thing. Hopefully, right? But you're in what you don't see coming, you have the Queen of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Five of Cups. So as you can see, there's two different people looking at each other here, right? There's two different people looking at each other here. They're kind of like the Queen of Swords, air feeds fire and makes fire bigger. So I feel like there's some sort of ego. There's something that you're not on. All I'm going to say to this, Leo, forget about the genders for a second. You're not on the same page as someone. You could be trying everything and someone is not willing to change. And what you don't see coming, you have the Five of Cups, and what in your challenge you have the Five of Pentacles. But Leo, I don't think that this is like you're the problem. I don't really think that you're the problem. I think that there's something that you're attached to that's the problem. That's going to block an upgrade from your life because there's some sort of fear around this. And I understand, because the energy that you need less of is friendliness. So you're going to have to deal with the realness of a toxic situation and address it. But then it's like you have the double whammy of the other energy that you need less of is the Master. So let me tell you this. Let me tell you, and I'm going to be honest. There's no relation, and I'm not going to, this is an overgeneralization, so perhaps there is, but just listen. There is no relational counselor that's going to help you with this. There is no magic solution. There's no master that's going to come in and make this work. There's no blessing. There's no praying to God about this. There's no praying to God. There's no relational counselor. There's no anything. This is about, there's a root problem in your life, and the root problem is someone else's stubbornness and ignorance and ego. And if you choose to put up with it, then as painful as that is, you are going to have to take on that energy to a certain degree, and you're going to be trapped with it. This is not a fun reading for me to do. In your advice, you have the World card in reverse, you have the Nine of Pentacles, and you have the Queen of Wands here. So the advice is that you're stuck in a cycle that you should have already graduated from. For many of you, it's not your fault. There's someone around you that you are associated with, perhaps it's just very deeply associated with, that is actually keeping you stuck in a cycle because they are refusing to evolve. And as long as you are staying committed to someone, whether it's friendly commitment or whether they're the master, and you're staying committed to that person who's refusing to evolve, you're going to be stuck unevolved. So the advice is you're going to have to wake someone up, or you're going to have to be stuck in the energy that they are. And you're not powerless, by the way. You're choosing to invest in someone who you know right now, doesn't mean that it can't change, but right now is an ignorant person who would rather be in their ego and deny everything. Or is just unwilling to evolve. And the energy that you need more of is to kind of just do your own thing and be authentic. The energy that you need more of is the Nine of Pentacles. This is someone who comes and goes as they please. It's about being independent. So perhaps some of you, this is a reading about moving away from codependence and the different ways that codependence manifests. Oh, let's just be friendly codependent even though we hate each other. Oh, this is my master that I'm codependent on even though I'm using that as a crutch. And then you have the Queen of Wands, which is I don't care what people think about me. This is also you. It's interesting because they're definitely could be a third party in this situation, because in this reading, right, we do have the King and the Queen of Wands. The King of Wands is in What You Don't See Coming, kind of talking to a Queen of Swords. So for some of the ladies out there, I mean, I don't know, there definitely could be a third party situation wrapped up in this whole thing for a lot of you. And I do feel that it's like, you may be investing in someone that you know will burn you, or who already has burned you, or who has no interest in burning you, who is just burning themselves, and by osmosis will burn you. And it's like, this person actually loves you. They don't try to do this. But for some of you, you're actually dealing with a psycho who thinks that they're a master of the whole world, who is going to learn a really harsh lesson pretty soon. And you know it. And you can either remain friendly and basically aid their collapse. You can look at them as a master and aid their collapse, and you can be in your mind, which will aid their collapse, or you can just like make a stand. Because here's the thing as well. You know what? We're not even going to go that deep. And for some of you Leos, this is about your friend group, and it doesn't have to do with a romantic partner. For some of you, there's some energy around you that is blocking business success because people are unwilling to see the truth of what it could be. But there's a lot going on for you this week. So look, this week, Leo, you have so much going on. You do. And with that being said, I think that I've said everything that I needed to say to you that you really need. I wish you well. I wish everyone around you well. And I'll talk to you next time. It's the Autistic Mystic. Peace.